Exciting news, our flock has grown. So in the overnight pen that used to be where we keep our bees, but is now where our ducks will stay at night, that is June. June came from Houston. She'd been an Easter present for somebody and then was abandoned in their backyard. And so she made it through all those really tough storms in Houston and then was driven over here. The white ducks that you see going behind those are Peking ducks. That is April and May. April has the lighter beak, May has the darker beak. You already know Goldie being curious there. But April and May, they were abandoned at Lake Travis. So domestic ducks they're domestic. They are raised to be cared for by humans. They're not wild ducks. And this was actually caught on video. Somebody drove up to Lake Travis, abandoned them, and apparently they were so ready to come back into being cared for by humans that when the rescue group came up with their crates, the birds just got right on in. So they were ready to be rescued. Here we can see June in there, Goldie coming through. So we have April, May, and June who are happy to be a part of our flock. And then we have our existing 4 hens we've had for a while. And remember how Hosmer and Miss Miller, they had incubated eggs, and second grade has been hard at work with their data documentation as they raise their chicks. Well, the chicks are ready to get used to being outside, and so we set up this little starter coop for them so they can get used to the weather and they can also get used to the other birds around them. Because the word pecking order is very real. The birds will establish who the top bird is. And so we're going to see a little bit of changes in pecking order now. We have had the 4 hens who they've got their order well established. Sometimes it changes. Sometimes Astro's the top bird. Since when Bunny was younger and newly introduced, about a little bit smaller than these birds, Bunny used to be the baby bird of the flock, but now sometimes it'll go back and forth between Bunny or Astro, who's the most dominant hen. What we expect is that these cute ducks will actually become the dominant birds of the flock. So my guess is that April will be the dominant bird, and then we will have the hens who've been in the pen for a lot longer will be the top bird or the middle birds in the pecking order, and then our youngest, smallest ones will be bottom of the pecking order until they grow bigger, and then we'll see what happens. And as we look at some of the hopping around, one of the ways that we can tell males and females is sometimes their attitude. And so we're still trying to figure out which one of these are hens and which ones aren't. And Hosmer has a lovely place for all of the roosters to go live a wonderful long life. We're going to keep just hens here, but the ones that are sort of bouncing around and flicking their feet at each other, those are likely roosters. And that's why one of the reasons why we keep just hens at the school is they're more docile. Roosters are great to have in a flock because they protect the flock, but because these birds are here as a learning opportunity for students, then we don't want them to be scared by a rooster protecting the flock. And there come our 4 hens. And like I suspected, there go April and May following after them. So I think April followed by May, and then June will soon be our top birds.